to fruition and to announce the arrest of one of our former deputy sheriffs, Deputy Josh Herron. I've always maintained that it's our duty to be fully transparent with our community, and this morning we announced the arrest of one of our own. Josh Herron was arrested for custodial sexual battery, a first-degree felony, 2 counts of unlawful sex with certain minors, a second-degree felony, and 1 count of an authority figure engaging in lewd conduct with students. The Sheriff's Office previously received information regarding inappropriate relationship between Deputy Herron, who was at the time a Deputy Sheriff with the Sheriff's Office, and a juvenile. Herron was assigned as a youth resource deputy. A criminal investigation was initiated, but the anonymous claims could not be substantiated. We were unable to locate anyone who could say the anonymous information was accurate, and the victim stated that no such relationship took place. The victim has now came forward and disclosed that the allegations were in fact true, and that Herron was engaged in a sexual relationship with a student. The fact that the victim declined to cooperate with us or provide any information in the initial investigation is not a reflection of their character or their integrity. Victims have the absolute right to decide if they want to provide information in furtherance of the criminal investigation. Crimes such as this take an enormous emotional toll on victims, and it is up to them on how they choose to heal and whether or not they cooperate with any investigation. On November 13th of this year, the victim, who is now an adult, came forward and confirmed that a sexual relationship did in fact take place between she and Herron, and a new criminal investigation was immediately initiated, and a concurrent criminal internal investigation was ordered. On November 14th, Herron was called to the Criminal Investigations Bureau of the Sheriff's Office to be interviewed. Upon notification of the allegations, Herron declined to interview, left the building, and about 45 minutes later contacted his captain via text message and resigned. That resignation was made effective immediately and irrevocably. The criminal investigation continued by our major crimes detectives in cooperation with the State Attorney's Office from the 7th Judicial Circuit. On November 28th, this morning, a warrant was issued for the arrest of Herron, charging him with 4 counts of sexual battery. That warrant was executed shortly thereafter at approximately 11:30 a.m. Herron was booked into the Putnam County Jail without the benefit of a bond. This investigation is now being forwarded to the Florida Criminal Justice Standards and Training Commission in an effort to have his certification as a law enforcement officer permanently revoked. Florida's public records laws provide an exemption for withholding booking photos of law enforcement officers, but because of the extreme nature of the charges in this case, we're releasing Herron's photo, which I have here. This is Joshua Robert Herron, the suspect in this case. It's our responsibility and our intention to do everything we can to protect the identity of the victim under Marsy's law protections afforded by the Constitution of the state we live in. No information that may lead to the identity of the victim will be released in this case. Herron began his employment here as a deputy with the Sheriff's Office in approximately 2016 and has received no prior discipline. Our hearts are broken for the victim in this case, and we pray this arrest may be the next step in the healing process for them. We're also disgusted and angry. When a law enforcement officer betrays the trust of the community and their fellow law enforcement officers, it's infuriating to me personally and to all of us collectively as a law enforcement community. Every single day, thousands of law enforcement officers across the country and hundreds right here in our own community go out and do this job flawlessly and with perfection. They selflessly serve their community and uphold the integrity of our profession. Herron does not represent the law enforcement community any longer and is a disgrace to our profession. I'm personally disgusted that he once wore the same uniform we all do. Dr. Surracy, if you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Sheriff. I'm Rick Surracy, Superintendent of Schools for the Putnam County School District, and I'm here today to share that our district is working in full cooperation with the Putnam County Sheriff's Office with this investigation. While school resource officers are not employees of the school district, We work closely with them to ensure the safety of all of our students and staff. This incident upsets me terribly, as it does not meet the high standards that we set for public employees who serve our schools and our community. Due to the nature of this investigation, we are unable to answer any questions or to make any further comments regarding this matter. As always, we ask anyone who may have information related to this matter to please report it to the authorities. Thank you. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Dr. Sorensen. I'll now take a few questions.
How long had he been a resource officer?
He's been employed as a resource officer for several years. He started out as a patrol deputy, and I don't have those exact dates for you, Eric, but we can certainly provide them to you.
Will his arrest affect any cases that are in the judicial system right now?
You know, that's currently under review. We work very closely with the state attorney's office on a daily basis, so that's certainly a question that we'll be asking them as well.
Is this an airtight case? I mean, and I ask that meaning, do you guys also, is there any evidence to support the warrant for his arrest in terms of like physical evidence or pictures or videos, anything of that nature?
Without disclosing any of the details of the investigation, I would say that there is a multitude of physical evidence in this case, yes.
I just want you to talk about preserving that trust between law enforcement and its people, given the fact that this was a school resource officer.
You know, that's something that we're incredibly frustrated about. We work daily and tirelessly to ensure that we build a relationship of trust with the community, and this certainly does not promote that. In fact, it goes a long way towards eroding the foundation that trust is built on, and that's something that, as a community, we've got to continue to work towards.
Sheriff, how long did the allegations sit before the victim came forward and confirmed them?
So the initial allegation we received in about 2018. After we interviewed the victim and made a determination that there was no basis for a continued criminal investigation and closed the case out, the victim later came forward just a few days ago and recanted her story and told us that the allegations were in fact true, and that everything that she had previously denied had happened, and that's when we reopened this investigation.
Are sheriff's deputies aware of any additional victims at this time?
We're not. However, if there are any additional victims, I would encourage anyone who has information to come forward and bring that to our attention so that we can see that it's properly investigated and that this individual is brought to justice.
Sheriff, a lot of parents are obviously going to see this tonight. What is the message you have to them?
You know, we have a responsibility as parents to be active and engaged in our children's lives, and that includes having conversations with them about who they're having relationships with them, whether they be sexual or just private in nature. It certainly warrants a conversation with our children to find out about those relationships and who they're actually interacting with. Any other questions?
And again, just one victim.
Yes, just one victim that we're aware of. Okay, thank you all very much.
So in the packets I gave you guys, it's the arrest warrant, it is the initial complaint from 2018, and the complaint. It is redacted. We are protecting victims' rights, but you have all the information.
Are we going to get a digital copy of it?
I'm going to send it as soon as I walk to my desk. All your producers will have it with this photo. Thank you.